The following program is being brought to you on the World Talk Radio Network. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit worldtalkradio.com. The World Talk Radio Network, where the world comes to talk. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the World Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Are you ready to be inspired, uplifted, and motivated to greatness? It's time for Starstyle. Be the star you are with your effervescent personal growth coaches, the Oprah of the airwaves, Cynthia Bryan, and health specialist Heather Brittany. Define your vision, discover your passion, and design your future in this power-packed hour of life-changing talk radio featuring authors and successperts dedicated to helping you achieve the results you deserve. Be entertained, edutained, encouraged, and empowered. Smile, have fun, and celebrate you. Explore your potential and embrace your possibilities with your hosts, Cynthia Bryan and Heather Brittany on Starstyle. Be the star you are, starting right now.
Never say never, live your dream. Well, hello there, Power Partners. Welcome to our playground and to radio's finest hour of power, Starstyle. Be the star you are, a program of positive book talk. My name is Cynthia Bryan.
And I'm Heather Brittany.
And we are your mother-daughter dynamic duo here. We are your personal growth success coaches with you on the airwaves every week. The Miracle Moment is brought to you by Operation Hurricane Sandy Disaster Relief Program. Please help by making a donation to the effort today. Visit btsya.com. And this is from Henry Ward Beecher. Faith is spiritualized imagination. So think about that one. Well, we have another power-packed hour for you today here on Starstyle, Be the Star You Are. In our second segment, you're going to meet a remarkable woman with her true story of transformation. She triumphed over years of sexual abuse and almost 30 years of drug addiction and has now written a book called Imagine Me. In our third segment, it's drama trauma as the theme, and we're going to talk about kind of the drama during adolescence and the teen years. And you're going to learn some easy and proven tips on how to deal with the stress. And then right now, our resident health matters hero, Heather Brittany, is going to talk to us about snoring in kids. So, Heather, everybody snores, and even kids snore, or they kind of snuffle or something like that. But if kids are snoring too loudly and often, doctors say that this could indicate other problems. So what is the research that you have found about kids snoring?
Yeah, exactly. As you're saying, that, kids are adorable just to begin with. And we all think when we hear kids snoring as loud as hurricanes that it's cute or, they're just like a little adult. But it could potentially be something much more dangerous. There's been studies actually showing that, as we all know, kids need a good night's sleep, but showing that this could actually be a pre-sign of sleep apnea or potentially lead to various learning disabilities. Something a lot of
Wait a minute, before you go on. I didn't realize that kids can get sleep apnea. I thought that was an adult, disease, and a lot of time was caused from overweight or something. So kids can get sleep apnea.
That is something which I'll discuss too, as we know regarding obesity and diabetes. And I apologize to all our listeners. I'm a little hoarse today, so I apologize if I'm whispering and you can't really hear me. I don't have.
No, it sounds sexy. You just have a sexy voice today.
Yeah, exactly. As we're saying, so what's causing all this snoring? Sometimes it's just simply the kids have small jaws, and also they have smaller airways. I know growing up, I actually had to have my tonsils removed because I had a small nasal passage, so I wasn't getting the correct amount of air in my sleep, and sometimes that would cause me, if my nose is with my nose was plugged up, I would have a really difficult time breathing. And that's something that can cause snoring in children, and that can be a sign that possibly their tonsils are inflamed and you need to have them removed, as in I did as a child. Another thing, too, is most common is that they have, again, this thing is enlarged tonsils, small airways, and when that happens is that they're not getting enough air coming through. And actually, when you're snoring, you stop breathing 500 to 600 times. So when that happens, you're waking up at night. What snoring? Have you ever had? You snore really loud, and it actually wakes you up. That's something when you're doing that snoring that happens 500, 600 times a night, and when it happens, children aren't getting proper amount of sleep. So what's happening when this incredibly important state of development in their life, they're waking up constantly. They're not getting that full night's sleep. So then they're going into school and their brain isn't getting enough rest. Their brain is exhausted. They're not learning, they're not absorbing much information. So that's something to really discuss, with your doctor regarding that. And snoring is actually, it's pretty common. And again, people never really think of snoring as a danger. We think of it more of a nuisance. But about 11 to 12% of children have this kind of intense snoring. It's something that we need to be considering and looking at habitual snoring. Let's see, underlying conditions is that it's affecting, your brain and your heart. I know, something too is a thing with the sleep apnea. And sleep apnea, what's happening is the airways, sometimes they collapse and they don't open. And something a lot of people don't know is at nighttime, your muscles sleep as well. So when you're asleep, the airways, the muscles that you're breathing through are relaxed. And it's still the same amount of oxygen, same amount of air that you're breathing in the day is going through now a smaller passage, because when they're relaxed, they're sort of collapsing a little, and that's what can cause that sound. Snoring, it's a noisy and it's a vibration. Excuse me, as I'm having such trouble speaking here with my own throat. I'm not getting enough of those airways in my passages. Causing the same amount of air going through in the day and the night. Sleep apnea, what we really want to cut is also it's affecting the heart. And something that, you don't want, a big thing with sleep apnea is sometimes caused by overweight. And we know, too, that currently our nation is facing some of the highest rates of diabetes, some of the highest rates of overweight children. With that being said, that's attributing
So
to
is that the overweight in kids and then, of course, the diabetes, is that what's causing more kids today to have this sleep apnea? And so if we have overweight kids, we should be really careful and listen for their snoring?
That is definitely a factor. It's not the only, as I said, one thing, too, being aware of is with tonsils. Tonsils are sort of, like appendicitis. They're really not used for much except for they get infected. I had my tonsils removed. I think it's probably one of the most painful things as a child. But
I know, and it was really sad because you were looking forward to eating ice cream and drinking milkshakes and all that kind of stuff, and it was so painful. You couldn't have. That's a lie. They really do lie. It's not a fun thing.
No, it feels like you swallowed a knife. Horrible, but something looking back on, I'm so happy because by having those removed, and I almost feel if I ever have children, I will just get their tonsils removed. I feel like tonsils and appendix just don't need to be there. They're just an infection waiting to happen. With the tonsils, all really that happens is, that's, if you ever see people with the mumps or they're sick and their necks look so swollen, that's because their tonsils are just, almost exploding, they're so swollen. So that's something to be aware of too. Your child possibly could have inflamed tonsils. That could be something that needs to be removed. This is after, again, looking at your children's weight. Also, something that contributes to is allergies. If they have allergies, lymph nodes in their throat could be inflamed too. Again, making that airways smaller, that they're not getting the full amount of oxygen, and so that's what's causing that raspy noise. at night, as well as making sure, comfortable sleeping situations. When usually you snore when you're not in a comfortable position, when you're, happens on a plane or at school. Not as much sometimes if you're having a good pillow, you're sleeping correctly in bed. It usually happens to you if you're laying on your back. And various things they wear that are better to lay on your stomach or on your back. The jury's still out on that, but just making sure you have a comfortable position will help eliminate or help, reduce snoring sounds. Another thing is what it's affecting the brain, too, is that when you're waking up so many times, again, when you don't get a proper night's sleep, you're not functioning at your full capacity. And these days, it seems not that there's higher rates of it. It seems we're just diagnosing more, learning disabilities, dyslexia, ADHD, just, overall difficulties in school. And to the most part, it's also true. It could be, genetic. It's just how children's brains are functioning. But at such a young age, that's why it's so important. Children are getting the proper nutrition all the way around. That they're feeding their brain, they're feeding their body, they're getting 60 minutes of play each day and exercise. So not getting the proper amount of sleep is going to affect them in the day, just as school for children is like their work. So when they go there, they're not working properly. So that's something too, to be really concerned about. If your child is having at a young age and having difficulties in school, something could be related to the way they sleep or possibly, this snoring. So that's something definitely you want to discuss with your doctor, before, any medication is given out or, a complete diagnosis of what your child is going through. Did you ever have any snoring issues or?
What's interesting is that I never thought I ever snored or anything at all. And then when, I never did when I was younger. And I think it's only like recently that I'll snore once in a while, but it's only if I am on my back. So, and I don't like to sleep on my back. I'm like a stomach sleeper. So, if I'm on my stomach, I don't snore. And isn't that really why people snore is when they're on their back, whatever that is, that little thing falls back? Yeah. And it makes that noise. Is that right?
Your airwaves are smaller. And, one thing too, just kind of getting back on the whole sleep apnea thing, sometimes, people get surgery for these things, but in children, it's actually a little bit different because usually adults, due to major obesity, require a machine called a CPA, a continuous positive airway pressure. If you've ever seen, they look monstrous. They're scary. They're these giant breathing apparatuses.
And a lot of people that have had to wear them really don't like them, and sometimes they need them and they don't use them.
Traumatizing for a child. It's huge. But in children, because it's so common, obviously I needed a better night's sleep, because most common reason for sleep apnea is because of enlarged tonsils. So it really, that is a big thing, and really saying, getting back to this whole tonsils thing, a lot of people need to look at. Usually people don't get them removed until there is a big issue. But possibly this could be, a precursor, pre-signs that there is something going on with tonsils, because when the tonsils are inflamed and they're enlarged, you're not getting your full amount of air. Then, just getting back to one of mine, I had my tonsils, my nose passages were too small, my tonsils were too big, so they had to go. That could be possibly a sign that your child needs to get them removed. Nose and throat, you always hear ear, nose, and throat doctors, which I'm currently going through a situation. I would need to see you. That's the best time, to talk to those doctors in particular, what their best ways, what their next move is. Something also.
Heather, I also read in some of your notes that that there's support and encouragement for infant breastfeeding. So if a child is breastfed, is the fact that snoring is less? Is that, or what is that?
That must have been in yours. I actually do not. I would love to tell me more about that.
Okay. Well, so because because it was just something, there's a lot of statistics and findings out there now about the benefits of breastfeeding. And one of the things that they were saying in this article that I was reading is that the strongest predictors of persistent snoring were in lower socioeconomic status and the absence of shorter duration of breastfeeding. So, and this was from a children's hospital. And what it suggested is that doctors really needed to routinely screen and track snoring, especially in children from poorer families, and then refer the loud snoring children for follow-up care, because they have found that children who are not breastfed for 9 months or longer have a larger amount of snoring issues, which could lead to behavioral problems and to other things. Now, it's just in one study that I read at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center where they studied 249 children, but I found that very interesting because I am a firm believer that breastfeeding is a very important aspect to get kids on the right track.
Well, I think as we notice in general that breast milk is some of the most nutritious thing that a child can have. And they really believe that someone who should be having for at least a year be breastfeeding, because there's so many, there's so many nutrients that cannot be found in cow's milk or formula. Some people are just opposed to it, but I think, it's a whole nother topic of people who've gone.
Well, we'll do that. We'll have to do a show on breastfeeding, but guess what? It is time to wrap it up. So that was a great segment. And just to finish it up, if you are finding that your child is snoring, make sure to at least talk to your doctor about it, because loud snoring in children could be an indication of other problems. And you can take care of it while the child is young, but make sure to discuss it with your physician. So, Heather, please give out the websites.
Most definitely. We want you to go to BeTheStarYouAre.com as well as BeTheStarYouAre.org.
And when we return from break, you're going to meet a remarkable woman who suffered untold abuse as a child and years of drug abuse as an adult until she was able to turn the corner and start a new life. She's the author of the book, Imagine Me. Carolyn Sherman-Collins will be with us when we return. My name is Cynthia Bryan.
And I'm Mother Brittany.
And you're listening to Starstyle. Be the star you are. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
The star you are, be the star you are, you are the star.
Now you don't have to stay linked to your desktop or laptop. Take World Talk Radio on the go and listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Be the star you are. Light up the flame that burns.
Get a positive prescription for living and discover a cure for adversity when you make a difference in the lives of others by donating to Be the Star You Are, a 501c3 top-rated charity dedicated to empowering women, families, and youth through increased literacy, positive media, and tools for living. www.BeTheStarYouAre.org. All donations are tax deductible. www.BeTheStarYouAre.org.
Star you are.
Are you a teenager with lots to say, but no one to talk to? Let your creativity explode and your voice be heard on the radio program Express Yourself, a show by teens, for teens, and about teens. No topic is off limits as you connect with teens with attitude. Check out Express Yourself on the Voice America Kids channel and join our global community where teens talk and the world listens. www.btsya.com. You can express yourself.
This business of show business is calling out to me.
Get started acting or modeling with a consultation from media coach extraordinaire Cynthia Bryan, who has guided entertainment careers for over 2 decades. Call 925-377-STAR or visit www.cynthiabryan.com. Pick up a copy of her award-winning book, The Business of Show Business, and start living your dreams today. Call 925-377-STAR. 925-377-STAR.
Be the star you are. You are the star.
Get ready to be inspired, entertained, and motivated to greatness with positive, uplifting, life-changing talk radio. Turn up the volume. Tune in to the Power Hour on Starstyle. Be the star you are. Now, back to the program with the Oprah of the airwaves, Cynthia Bryan.
You'll find all you need in a
Well, glad you are still with us here on Starstyle, Be the Star You Are, where the world comes to talk and listen. My name is Cynthia Bryan, and we have you on our radar. And we don't want you to forget the 9th annual Be the Star You Are National Essay Contest. The topic is, we live in a world of turmoil, violence, greed, and isolation, and how can we create a more peaceful planet through benevolence, compassion, communication, and understanding. You can enter at btsya.com, win dollars, a spot on the radio show, books, publication, and much more. btsya.com. Well, our next guest has overcome the most difficult of odds, breaking generations of sexual, physical, and drug abuse. Her book, Imagine Me, shares her very intimate journey and the ultimate revelation that dreams do come true because we have the power. Carolyn Sherman-Collins is with us today to prove that we can all fix what's broken, we can all heal the hurts, and we can become the person we were born to be. Welcome, Carolyn, to Starstyle. Be the star you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, Carolyn, first of all, a big congratulations to you. You're an author. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's true. I am an author. I
know. After all these years of what you went through, sexual abuse as a child, depression, drug use, low self-esteem, did you ever in your wildest imagination believe that one day you would be writing a book that will help others?
It didn't come until a little bit later in my life, maybe about 15 years ago. But when I was going through all of this, I was just going through it. I had no idea that it was going to be all of this.
Well, you probably never even thought you would survive it. You didn't even know if you could live to the next day. Well, Carolyn's book is called Imagine Me. It has this gorgeous cover with a butterfly on the front. And I really look at this photo, and I think that this is like you, the butterfly, who you went from a caterpillar to coming into this beautiful butterfly life now. But your life was not an easy one. And this is why your book is so hopeful and helpful, because you really lived a really tough life. Would you tell us about your journey, about growing up as a little girl and the abuse that you suffered from stepfathers and uncles and others because you were told that this is what people do if they love you? Because this is what kids get told, and it's not right. So share a little bit about your abuse as a child and then what it led you through, and then we're going to get to your transformation.
Okay. Well, I was born in El Dorado, Arkansas, and I was the oldest at that time of 4 children. I had 2 brothers and 1 sister, and it was hard. It was hard, but I didn't think of it as being hard then. I thought of it as something that I had to do in order to help my mother and the rest of the children. So I remember very, very vividly that one night my mother and this person were arguing. The flames from a big stove was just blaring out, and I heard 2 shots, bam, bam. And I'm like, oh, my God, what happened? And my mother told me, she said, I done shot this I done shot this person, and he's going to come and get me. So we start running. That was the beginning of us running.
And you were running, you have a chapter called Running, Always Running, because that was like a big part of your life. You were always moving, never really feeling safe.
Exactly. Never really feeling safe. That is so very true. And just, going along with trying to protect my brothers and my sister, and be the big girl for my mother. That's what
You were just a little girl then too. You were what, 6 or 7 when you were trying to be the big girl?
Yes, 6 or 7, and I've always had to be the big girl. So that is the role that I took on. My mother, she was a wonderful woman, and I'd like to say, my mother, I love her for everything, and I don't blame her for nothing, because I believe that she did what she needed to do and what she knew how to do at that time.
Well, I want to ask you a question here, because I think one of the things that's in your heart is forgiveness.
Yes.
Because that was something, in order for you to move forward, you needed to forgive all the hurts and the real arrows that have been forced on you. But one thing that is very vivid in your book is you were molested repeatedly as a child from your mother's boyfriend who became her husband. And it's pretty obvious that both your mother and your grandmother were aware that he was doing this, but they accepted it just because, I guess, there was a man in the house. Is that what you think?
You know what? I never, even now I don't understand that. How could you not, maybe that was the time that they did that kind of stuff. I don't know. To me, it was horrible because no one would hear me. I kept saying...
Right, you had no voice, Carolyn, no voice. They just kept blowing you off and say, get out of his face. Exactly. What did that mean?
Exactly, and how could I do that when he's there all the time? And then after my mother married him, it just went on and on and on. By her marrying him, gave him the license to beat us more, do whatever he wanted to do with us. And it was a very hard thing. My life was just a whole bunch of chaos, a whole lot of blood, a whole lot of screaming, yelling, and even till this day, I have anxiety attacks. Just now being able to come into my marriage with my husband as a whole person after I wrote the book, because I had to go back and relive all of this stuff, And
this was going to be my next question, so I'm so glad that you brought that up, because, when I read the book, and we are talking to brand new author, congratulations to Carolyn Sherman-Collins. She's written a book. It's called Imagine Me. And the Imagine Me is really, I believe, because she would never have thought that her life would be what it is today. But it had to have been so challenging because you went from bad to worse, and having suffered what you did as a child, that led into the drug abuse. And writing the book, was it cathartic for you? Did it make you feel good to get it all out, or was it traumatic because you relived it, or both?
Oh my God, it was both. It was a catharsis. It was, a lifting of all of that stuff. My ghostwriter, Susan, and I love her dearly, she explained to me, she said, Carolyn, every year we pack suitcases, of memories. She said, and quite often we should go back and clean those suitcases out, discard old things that we don't need. And so I took that to heart. When I began writing the book, I was a size 16, 20 in my dress size. By the time I was finished with the process, I was down to a 9, 10.
Oh my gosh, you're a babe.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, what a wonderful, that's a wonderful result, is that now your body is in much better shape. But is that an indication of where your self-esteem is today versus where it was even 5 years ago?
I believe so. I truly believe that. I just believe now that God had his hands on me all the time, And I was running from him.
But he never let go, right?
He never let go. And once I turned around and looked up and realized, I can't do this. I can't do that. It must be another way. And there he is, So, I am now a Jesus freak. I used to carry outfit, drugs, and whatever, to get loaded. But now I carry my Bible because I truly believe that God has his hands on me now, then, and he will always. So that's, that's, what else can I say?
That's very powerful, Carolyn, because what I think this shows is when people pick up your book, Imagine Me, what they're going to find is it's written in your voice. It's the way you are talking right now. It's not like Susan took your thoughts and changed anything. It's written the way you speak and the way you lived. Yep. So it really touches your heart because, my gosh, I felt I was there with you when you were, you were getting the drugs and you were needing another high, and the things that you lived through, the people that you dealt with, the horrible people that you dealt with, and even though you never physically walked the streets, you had to prostitute yourself just to get your drugs sometimes.
Yes, and at that time I didn't look at it as
No. You just figured, hey, he's a drug dealer. I want drugs. He can have my body. He gives me drugs.
Right, exactly. And,
it was a trade.
Now that I've gotten all that stuff out, I was ashamed to even say that. But I had to put all of that aside because that was the whole part of the addiction. So I asked God to forgive me. I've forgiven myself, and I've asked my children to forgive me. So
now let's talk about your children. Because it was difficult on your children, although you have your kids are close to you now except for one son. Is that true? Or have you been able, since the book came out, have you been able to heal that relationship that you're working on?
Well, not totally. One day I went to my computer and I saw that he said, he lives in Texas, and he said, I've been thinking about you. And I wanted to talk to you to see how you were doing.
Oh, that touches your heart because that's opening the door a little bit.
Yes, it did.
And what I find in the book, again, we're speaking with author Carolyn Sherman-Collins. Her book is Imagine Me. And what she's lived through, many people are out there living through it right now, Carolyn, and they don't know that there's an up out of the gutter. Yes. But you came out of it. Tell us about meeting your husband and how your life changed, and what was your decision? How did you actually finally decide to find God and to find help and to become the woman you are today?
Well, it's really a wonderful thing. I met my husband, and I was smoking crack. This crack cocaine. I was shooting speed. So someone said to me, Carolyn, it's a new drug. You won't have to use a needle, because by this time I had used all the veins in my body everywhere. And I met John Collins. He smoked crack. We smoked crack together. But he was a working man. He's a Vietnam vet, and, he said to me, I'm going to bring you and your daughter something, and it won't be none of this stuff. And he did. He came back and bought us a box of food, and we just went on from there. So I tried to smoke the crack. The crack was just totally, that was whack. I used drugs for many, many years. And I used all kinds of drugs, but crack made me stop using drugs because of the whole thing changed. The game changed. So I said to my mother one day, after I was with my husband, who is my husband now, I met this guy John, and he's a Vietnam vet, and we smoked up about $600 worth of crack. My mother said, "You damn fool!" And I'm like, "What? What did I do?" If that man is going to give you his money to do that, you do something with that. do something with that money. Don't just take his money and smoke it up like that. So
that was great advice, wasn't it?
That was a wonderful advice. And so that is what I did. So I told my husband, I said, honey, we're going to put this crack pipe down. I did crack, maybe not even a year, because it was just crazy. The people were crazy. The whole everything, the game changed. And I had gotten older. I wasn't even ready for it. So I was tired. I was very tired. Plus I had my daughter. I needed to be a mother. I needed to be a mother with her. So I got with John, and, he sent me back to school. And I got me 2 degrees, a certificate for substance abuse counseling. I worked Alameda County drug and alcohol 3 or 4 years, having me to be able to work with Social Security. And it was just, the whole thing just changed. When I put the crack pipe down and started going to school and finding out what all this stuff did to me, it was just, it was wonderful. It was a whole new life.
Well, and I think this is what is so beautiful about your story, is that you came from a family that you were always in the welfare system, you were always, taking part of it. And then once you went to school, you actually became a counselor and a drug abuse counselor and working in the system to help other people.
Yes.
And it was all about putting that pipe down for the first time, finding the man in your life that you really realized, okay, we can do this together, and getting an education. So what do you say now, Carolyn, when you are talking to people? I mean, you probably never thought you would live this long. People all around you were dying. Family members were dying. Friends dying, or acquaintances, drug dealers dying.
Yes.
So now you have your family, you have your education, you have a great husband, you've got a book. What is your message to people out there who think that their life is over, that all they have is in their life is drugs?
Well, what I would say is, God gave us choices. He gave us choices to do. We can do what we want to do how we want to do it. But the thing of it is, when you think about it, what you do affects a lot of people, an awful lot of people. You say to yourself, oh, well, I'm just doing it. It's not hurting anybody but me. But it does. It hurts a lot of people. And, in saying that, I just say, the power is in your hand. If you don't pick it up, it will not run up and get you. It will not come and find you. If you don't pick it up, then you can't use it. So I have this little exercise that I learned when I went to school, and it is that put your drug or alcohol, whatever you're drinking, put it on a table. And if that drink or the drug jumps up and get in your mouth and make you smoke it, okay. But pass by it and don't touch it. Just let it know. Okay, you didn't jump in my mouth today. I'm not drinking. All right, and
that's a fantastic exercise.
It is.
Because you're so right. We all have choices, and no one is forcing us to put this in our mouth or in our veins or wherever we're going to do it. We are choosing that lifestyle. And if you personally can change your life from the hell that you lived through. I mean, when anyone reads Imagine Me, I can't imagine any place worse than hell.
Yes.
That you lived through it. So you've got heaven in your future, baby. Heaven in your future. That you were able to overcome it. So that's incredible. That's a really, really great message. Now, her book is called Imagine Me, Carolyn Sherman-Collins. And as you can tell, she's very passionate about where she is today in life and really wants to help all of you to overcome any obstacles that you have, because you can, right, Carolyn?
Yes,
you can.
Absolutely. My goal
Let's tell people where they can get your book. We know they can get it on Amazon. They can go to books123.org and do a search for Imagine Me. It's available there. It's available anywhere online. Is that correct, Carolyn?
Correct. It's available Books a Million, at Wasteland Books, Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble. Yeah,
so all the books, and you can ask for it. And this book is a paperback, beautiful cover, Imagine Me, Carolyn Sherman-Collins. And we have to give a shout out and a thank you to Susan Giffen, because she has really done you proud here.
Wow.
I really think she is
God.
lovely and just a terrific writer and a terrific person to work with you so closely and to have this in your voice. So a shout out to Susan.
Yes, most definitely. A shout out to Susan. And also the way the book came about, I'm going to make this real short, is my number 2 son is in prison. And from going to see him in prison, I met a young man named Donovan Simmons. I have to give a shout out to him because he was great. He looked at me and he said, "You're a beautiful woman. You look beautiful, but I see so much hurt in your face." He said, "You should write a book. I'll give you the number to somebody who can help you." And that's how it all came to be.
Oh, yes. And I'm glad you shared that story, because this brings up one other point, and we've talked about this on the show many times, and it gets back to those choices that you're talking about, Carolyn, is that God or the universe, or whatever you want to believe, gives us opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
But it's up to us to follow through.
Yeah.
So you were given this gift of this person that would help you write the book, and you followed through, and today you are an author. So Carolyn, again, bravo, and I'm really proud of you for turning your life around from one of desperation and desolation and drug abuse to the beautiful woman you are today, who is very loving and caring and making a difference on our planet. And congratulations to your husband and your family for all their support and being there for you and for one another. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Well, thank you so very much. It's my pleasure. I'm totally humbled. I am, and just to hear your voice and to hear you say that really rings a real bell in my heart and in my head. And I thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity. I praise God for bringing you into my life so that I could have this opportunity. And who knows where it's going to go from here.
We never know, and that's the beautiful, beautiful thing. That is the beautiful thing of possibility. Believe in your dreams, believe in all the possibilities, because that's when magic and miracles happen. Carolyn Sherman-Collins is the author. The book is Imagine Me, available at any place that books are sold, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, books123.org, Wasteland Books. Thank you, Carolyn, for being on Starstyle. Be the star you are. God bless you and continue on your journey. Imagine me.
Imagine me. Thank you, Cynthia. It's just been so wonderful to be on your show. Thank you so very, very much.
You are so welcome. And when we return from break, we are going to be talking about trauma, and how to relieve the stress if you have a teen that's going through a tough time. My name is Cynthia Bryan. You're listening to Starstyle, Be the Star You Are, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
You are the star you are. Be the star you are.
What's going on behind the scenes with your favorite World Talk Radio show or host? For the latest news, visit the iRadio blog at iradioblog.com.
Whenever a natural disaster occurs, Be the Star You Are charity mobilizes to get books, DVDs, videos, games, and other resources to the victims through our Operation Disaster Relief Program. With the terrible devastation caused by Hurricane Sandy, Be the Star You Are has launched Operation Hurricane Sandy Relief to ship resources to the East Coast. You can make a difference in the lives of someone in need. Make a donation today. It's kids helping kids. Be the Star You Are is collaborating with Angels of God that is a nonprofit founded by our 15-year-old Express Yourself teen reporter and co-host Caitlin Darrow. Angels of God will distribute all the resources collected and ship them to the facilities to the residents in need. Visit www.btsya.org. That website again is www.btsya.org. And thanks for your support. Everyone counts.
Business Bites. Here's Cynthia Bryan.
Whatever your goal, go for it. All things, even what seems impossible, can be accomplished when you take a few important steps. Visualize the prize. Identify a specific goal and imagine yourself achieving it in every detail. For example, if you want to be a professional speaker, see yourself speaking to thousands of people, making a difference in their lives. Write down your visualizations and repeat them to yourselves every day. And as you do, your belief and confidence will grow. Choose a role model. Inspirational role models demonstrate possibilities and provide invaluable sources for motivation, strength, and hope. Keep reminders of your goals and dreams on cards and put them where you will see them often. The refrigerator, the dashboard, on the mirrors, your computer probably. And pick yourself up after a setback. See mistakes as opportunities to learn and develop new strategies. Mistakes are inevitable, but they're valuable and essential for growth. Everything is a blessing as long as we learn from it. Remember, you're the star of your own performance. Turn your passions into profits. I'm Cynthia Bryan with another business bite from Starstyle. To book a coaching session, call 925-377-STAR or visit starstyleproductions.com.
Be the star you are. Light up the flame that burns.
Make a world of difference in a world of differences when you support Be the Star You Are 501c3, a literacy and positive media charity dedicated to empowering women, families, and youth. Visit BeTheStarYouAre.org to make a tax-deductible donation today. Everyone counts. Donate today. BeTheStarYouAre.org.
Be the lucky star you
Are you living your dreams? Want to create a life you love but don't know how to begin? Lifestyle coach and personal growth expert Cynthia Bryan has jump-started the lives and careers of clients for over 2 decades with her signature Starstyle consultations. With personalized sessions by phone or in person, you'll turn your passions into profits. Visit www.cynthiabryan.com or call 925-377-STAR. That's cynthiabryan.com or call 925-377-7827. Cynthia Bryan is your guide on the side. www.cynthiabryan.com. You can be the star you are.
Looking for unique, one-of-a-kind gifts for the special woman in your life? The Carmony Collection creates handmade handbags, clutches, candles, and canvases from vintage and recycled fabrics, bangles, and beads. Be eco-friendly and fashionable with prices for all pocketbooks. Visit www.carmonycollection.com. That's Carmony with a K and Collection with a K. Or call 925-785-7827.
Be the star you are. You are the star.
Turn up the volume, grab a seat, and get ready to be challenged, inspired, and motivated to greatness. It's Power Party time on Starstyle. Be the Star You Are with your hosts, the mother-daughter dynamic duo, Cynthia Bryan and Heather Brittany.
You have a plan for your life. You've set goals. You know where you want to go. And there are going to be detours on this road, but here's where I can come in and help. Here on Starstyle, Be the Star You Are, with the magnificent guests that we have every single week that offer you tips and strategies to live your dreams and to become the star you were born to be. This program is brought to the airwaves under the auspices of Be the Star You Are charity, empowering women, families, and youth through improved literacy, increased positive media programming, and and tools for living. Please consider making a tax-deductible donation today. Go to btsya.org and be generous. We love bringing you these programs. We want to stay on the air, and we want to help as many people as possible. And right now, one of the outreach programs that Be the Star You Are is working on is Operation Hurricane Sandy Disaster Relief. Whenever a natural disaster occurs, Be the Star You Are does mobilize to get books and resources to the victims through the Operation Disaster Relief Program. And with that devastation that has happened with Hurricane Sandy, we are shipping books and resources to the East Coast. We want to make sure that every child and adult who has lost anything will have a gift for the holidays. So make a donation today. $25 will ship a small box of books. $100 ships a case of brand new books. But any amount will be sent and given to the victims. Again, btsya.org. You can pay via PayPal, and it is tax deductible. If you'd rather send a check, send to P.O. Box 376, Moraga, California, 94556. Thank you so much for making a difference for those who have suffered so much. Well, many people seek therapy because they find themselves overreacting to minor events and with major emotions. You know, they're majoring in minoring. We call it drama, and it really is part of a dysfunction. The overreaction happens because you're unconsciously reacting to a small present event as though it was a big, traumatic, scary event from your past. And this is why we have anxiety attacks, rage, jealousy, and the desire to flee. You know, that's that flight syndrome that we have. And they're all reactions to that small child inside of us who is terrified, overwhelmed, or who was abused as a child. Now, when you find that you can't shake a bad event that happened and you keep reliving it, or you're reacting to it with your mate or your boss or a relative, and it's painful and it's very emotional, your reaction is an indication that there's something in your memory that needs to be resolved. You might be experiencing sleeplessness, impulsive behavior, or stressing over little things can also indicate unresolved past events. It's easier than you may think to resolve a current or past traumatic event or to unearth the memory of emotional, physical, or psychological pain from your childhood that is troubling you today as an adult. So here's an exercise that can be useful in handling some emotional upsets. And just remember, a lot of teens are going through a lot of trauma. The teen years are tough. So if you have teens that are going through things like this, you can help them as well. For example, if you are having a recurring dream that troubles you, you can just replay the dream and it won't bother you anymore. And by using scenes from the present and the future as well as the past, like a quarrel with your mate or worrying about some future encounter with someone you're angry with or a presentation you'll be making, you can use this detox situation and by practicing the new skills. So allow yourself the full impact of the exercise without interruption, and you want to make sure that you follow these steps. And you may want to actually record them into your computer or recorder and play them back. So the first thing you do is invoke the troubling scene. So sit quietly by yourself, close your eyes, visualize yourself as a small child in a scene from childhood or another event that was very painful. This is the early event that you're going to resolve. You want to get away from this, so you have to first visualize it. You're going to learn how to correct the scene, take care of yourself, and then forgive whoever created the problem and forgive yourself for your own participation. Allow the troubling scene from your memory to appear around your child self. You might get a mental picture, or if not, just imagine the scene as you remember it. Use your senses, your sight, the sound, the smells. Establish the scene very clearly. If this is a scene of childhood abuse or incest, in that case, it might be too painful or too stressful to use all the senses. So keep a distance by just thinking of the scene and don't develop too much sensory imagery around it. If your scene is extremely painful or very frightening, view the scene as objectively as you can, as though it's a story about someone else, as if you're watching a movie, so to speak. Then enter the scene as an adult and be a time traveler from the future. Visualize yourself in the scene as the grown-up you are today. And then there's going to be two of you present. There's the small child you were, and then there's the adult that you are today. And as the adult, take charge. It's time to take charge of the scene and protect that inner child. Do whatever is needed to stop the adults or other kids from upsetting, frightening, hurting, abusing, neglecting, whatever it is. If they've been behaving badly, you take control of them. You have the power here. Use your imagination and make sure to get that child to a safe environment. Take care of the child. And as the child in the scene, you might be frightened. You might be confused. You might feel helpless. You might encounter some resistance for doing this in the form of feeling incapable of taking care of the child. But know that as the adult, you can do it. And then remove your child self from the danger. Comfort and reassure your inner child. Correct all the lies that have been told and all the abuse that the adults or other children have inflicted. And if you see that you need more information or the child needs more information, provide it. And promise that child that they are never going to be at the mercy again of anyone malicious or incompetent or horrible like they experienced. And when your child feels safe, discuss forgiveness. And when you have corrected the scene and have your child out of danger, talk about what happened. Discuss what went wrong, who made the mistakes, and once you and your child both know that they're not going to be hurt again, you will be ready to forgive and forge ahead. You don't have to forget, but you do forge ahead. So you have taken the child to the safe place, and now you can repeat this exercise regularly until it becomes into an unconscious habit. You'll find that you instinctively know when someone or something is hurtful to you and when you're being hurtful to others. By learning how to use these tools and applying them to your specific issues, you can move from old, negative, dysfunctional behaviors to new, thoughtful, and positive ones. And with new information and habits, you can build a new conception of self, freed from the old definitions and beliefs. And once you're in charge of your own behavior, you can resolve the old problems and free yourselves to run your life because you have the power. You are in charge, and you can become the person you were born to be. Well, thank you, as always, for being great listeners and allowing Heather, Brittany, and I into your life each week. Make sure you're tuned here to World Talk Radio and Starstyle. Be the Star You Are every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. We are your personal growth coaches, and we want to bring you the expert advice and fun from our expert authors and from the pioneers on the planet. Again, you can change your life. You can make your dreams come true. For information about Starstyle Productions or to purchase any of our signature books, visit starstyleproductions.com or call 925-377-STAR. And to give a donation to the charity, visit BeTheStarYouAre.org or btsya.org. Our aim is always to encourage, inspire, inform, and motivate. See beyond your physical being and know that you already are a star. Cherish the past, dream of the future, and celebrate every moment of your life because this moment is all we have. And please do read a book this week. It's like a garden in your pocket. Until next week when we play again here in the Starstyle Be the Star You Are playground, remember that love always wins, kindness always prevails, and smiles keep us happy. My name is Cynthia Bryan for Starstyle, thanking you and encouraging you. Be the star you are. Have a fabulous week.
Thank you for tuning in every week for the Power Hour on Starstyle. Be the star you are. Our goal is to inspire, inform, entertain, and motivate you to reach for the stars and shine brightly. For further information, visit www.starstyleradio.com. You're invited to our Power Party next week and every week right here on the World Talk Radio Variety Channel with the dynamic duo, the Oprah of the airwaves, Cynthia Bryan, our health hero, Heather Brittany, and the pioneers on the planet. We'll pour more champagne for the spirit with positive, uplifting, life-changing radio. Until we play again, be the star you are.